I feel sorry to the fans because the fight is boring. The fight is boring. Like that's not the fans are expecting to us.
Pretty certain Terence Crawford in his brain is saying to himself, I can beat this dude. You know what I'm saying? If he actually goes through with it, he'll be 38 years of age next Sunday.
There's a guy right now in the sport that's supposed to be the man, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, who else I'm gonna fight? You beat the shark, you beat the wolf.
Manny Pacquiao criticized Floyd Mayweather for calling out Terence Crawford, saying fans deserve better. He believes the matchup would be dull and more like an exhibition than a real fight. Pacquiao also reminded people that Mayweather has been retired for years and hasn't competed seriously in a long time, which makes the idea of the fight pointless.
The fight is boring. Like that's not the fans are expecting to us. I mean, as a fighter, if I'm a fan, of course I want to see a good fight, like changing fight, not a passion show.
Manny Pacquiao didn't hold back when talking about Floyd Mayweather. He said he feels sorry for him because it seems Floyd is focused only on money. In Pacquiao's view, Mayweather's return to the ring isn't about proving himself or adding to his legacy, it's just about cashing in on exhibition fights. Pacquiao called the idea of facing Terence Crawford a money grab, not a real competition. To him, this approach takes the heart out of boxing, turning it into a business show where fighters parade for profit instead of battling for pride. The news that Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson will face off in 2026 has sent shockwaves through boxing circles. Experts note that this isn't about two fighters at their peak, it's more of an entertainment event built to generate big money. The fight is being promoted as a tune-up for Mayweather, who may also take on Terence Crawford later that year. Analysts say both matchups are focused on pay-per-view profits rather than real sporting value. Still, Tyson's legendary name and Mayweather's global brand guarantee massive media attention worldwide, no matter how little competition the fights truly offer.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson, and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Terence Crawford has often praised Manny Pacquiao, calling his career one of a kind in boxing history. He highlighted how Pacquiao captured titles across several weight divisions, regularly taking on bigger opponents and coming out on top. Crawford said Pacquiao's achievements were not only historic but nearly impossible to repeat, as he rose to greatness in a unique era by accepting challenges most fighters would have avoided.
Man, a generational, talented fighter. Like, he's accomplished what no other fighter is ever going to accomplish.
The possibility of Terence Crawford taking on David Benavidez has become a hot topic among fans. Benavidez is seen as one of the most dangerous fighters in the game today, with size, youth, and relentless pressure on his side. Many believe this matchup would push Crawford in ways he's never been tested before. Still, nothing has been confirmed, so for now the matchup remains speculation. The buzz reflects how eager fans are for real, high-stakes fights, bouts that matter more than exhibitions or celebrity-driven events.
Shock the world, not me, but shock the world This past Saturday, Mexican Independence Day weekend, what he took on defeated another first ballot Hall of Famer, but he essentially jumped up 3 weight classes, technically 2, from 154 to 168, but only had 1 fight at 154 last August against Israel Majimov. Terence Crawford defeated Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is a 4-division champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and the reigning, at the time, super middleweight world champion, undisputed world champion. And Terence Crawford beat him handily and convincingly. And because he beat him so easily, now the 63 win, 3 loss, 2 draw, 39 win by way of knockout, biggest threat has been now imposed on Terence Bud Crawford. And that's the Mexican Ecuadorian monster, David Benavidez, who is a 2-division undefeated world champion, is the 2-time WBC super middleweight and reigning WBC light heavyweight, 175-pound champion, who has a record of 30 wins, no loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. He stands 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. This is a fight that David Benavidez has been calling for Canelo Alvarez when he was at 168, and Canelo Alvarez strategically maneuvered around him. But Canelo Alvarez is 5'7", with a 70-inch arm reach, started his career at 147 pounds, made his real name at 154 pounds. He's not a big guy, okay? And styles make fights. Benavidez is 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. His last fight at 168 against Demetrius Andrade, he rehydrated to 193. So he's a big guy. Canelo Alvarez probably rehydrate to 182, maybe 185 max, right? He's not a big guy, right?